Hey guys, this is Nathan at Kitten Equipment. Our busyness is finally tapering off this year, this absolute insane year that we've had selling stuff. So I'm going to get back into some of these videos that we started last year. Today I've got an interesting one. I've got this absolute limousine of a utility vehicle here. This is our K9 in a 4-seater. So not many people know about the Kioti side-by-sides. They're just like their tractors. They're diesel 4-wheel drive. They don't make them any other way. So they don't offer them in a gas. This is a 3-cylinder subcompact diesel, the same one that they put in the small tractors, pre-emissions. So it's 24 horsepower. It's under your emissions regulation. They're really, really nice. They've had them for, I don't know, they're probably going on 12 years now of having these side-by-sides. They used to be called a Mecron, and they still make a Mecron. It is physically a little bit smaller than this and a little bit more rudimentary. Really similar frame and technology, but just less featured and physically smaller. So we order the K9 primarily because they're really close in price. So we just get the nicer one. Most people prefer it and jump up to it. So quick specs on this thing. We already said, what, 24 horsepower, 3-cylinder diesel. It's about 1,000 cc's or like 107 cubic inch. It's got a CVT transmission, but it's really geared very low, so it only does about 30 miles an hour. It's got a high-low range, and we'll look here. So, high-low range built into the dash. Everything's up out of the floor, so it's all up in the dash. But the reality is, even in high range, flat out on the road, you're only going to get up to about 35 miles an hour. The idea behind these diesels is they will pull anything you want up to that speed, right? So 1,600 pounds of bed capacity back here. The beds are really nice. Here's something that you don't see every day. They're actually made of steel. They're actually Duracoated on the inside. They've got all your tie downs pre-made in. This is a hydraulic assist bed, so it's got that piston that helps you raise it up, but you can add a hydraulic kit with it. Actually, there's a rear remote that can be added too, but you can get a hydraulic bed dump added. Got a tailgate, works just like you'd expect. And then, like I said, 1,600 pounds of bed capacity. You have well over 1,000 pounds of towing. Here's something cool. Reach back here. And also in the front. So really designed from the ground up to be a work machine. This thing can pull and climb and you know, dig through the woods with the best of them, but it's not going to be going through the woods at 70 miles an hour. It's just going to be pulling. Another benefit of that pulling capacity is the seating, right? You can take this thing and load it with 6 people, and then you can stick all your cargo in, and it will still drive those people around. You're not going to have a lack of power. So speaking of this bench seating, we've got a full 3-row back here in the second row, and then in the front you've got a 2-row, well, 2-seater, but you can pop this little thing out in the center. You can just unbolt this cup holder and cargo holder, and you could fit a third person up here in the front. So it really could easily drive 6 people around. It's very wide. You know, this thing is a larger machine, so I bet I think I've measured this before with a customer. Oh, I bet it's 4.5 foot wide, maybe just under that, 4 foot wide. So it'll fit people comfortably. So drivetrain, we said engine, diesel, 3-cylinder. Your transmission CVT, and then it rides on a very unique suspension. It's a fully independent suspension all the way around. You've got McPherson struts, fully independent disc brakes, or I'm sorry, 4-wheel disc brakes on that independent suspension. Power steering, all the nice stuff. It rides really, really well. It weighs around 2,000 pounds, so you've got a really nice, comfortable ride going around bumps, and I'll drive it around in a little bit. You can see it, but really these are they're the Cadillacs of these things. They're not uncomfortable bucket seats you got to sit down in and then put a 5-point harness on. If you look, these doors are really, really easy just to unbolt and take off. They're very simple doors. You just take the doors off, ride around in it, jump in and out quickly when you need to. You know, comfortable and easy to drive. So we'll start this thing. and we'll go over some of the features. So standard, everything we're looking at is standard. We sell them with the windshield and the roof, all that's installed. Those are kind of the common things. Like I said, you can add a hydraulic bed dump kit, you can add a winch in the front. There's a number of accessories to spruce these things up. Side mirrors if you're on the road a lot. But out of the box, everything you see here is standard. So, controls. 4-wheel drive, it's mechanical. So mechanical 4-wheel drive. Mechanical differential lock, and that only locks the rear. The front is limited slip. So you do get 4-wheel locking differential, but only the rear is permanent lock. The front is limited slip. So when one of those wheels starts to lose traction, they'll both grab. You've got road flashers here, and then you've got front windshield wiper, and that actually also has a spray, so you can spray windshield washer fluid and clear that windshield off. And then here you've got USB charging and a 12-volt power. So what you're going to notice is there's a lot of extra switches here, switch panels. You can add, the winch would go there, the bed dump kit doesn't go there, it actually goes here. But there's all kinds of extra room for accessory lights or anything else you'd want to wire in. So yeah, let's get this thing started. We can kind of show you some of the stuff. You just want to be on the brake, you want to be in neutral here, you turn it over, and then it's actually like a diesel. It has a little preheat, a very, very effective preheat. This thing will start in negative 20 degrees, but it starts like an older diesel does. And then where I'm sitting, I'm sure it sounds loud from where I'm sitting, but it's not really that bad. Let your e-brake off, put her in range. And I don't know if it can really be seen through this phone camera, but I mean, I can hit these bumps full speed and I don't even feel a jolt. I mean, it's extremely comfortable. Here. We got a nice steep hillside here. Let's stick her in low and climb it. Carries me right up, not even a question. There's a nice bump. Didn't even feel it. So, what else do we have here? This thing is already equipped with horn. Turn signals are already built in. There's brake lights, so it is actually county road legal right out of the box. Like I said, you might add those mirrors to see behind you, but otherwise it's ready to go. What else? Cup holder, pop out windshield. That windshield can just be popped out and opened up to let it air in. There is, what's really interesting, there are some really good financing programs on these because they're diesel, and you're going to notice this throughout the UTV market. Because these guys are diesel, they last a long time. Those engines, they're not like really high revving, you know, motorcycle engines like you'll see in the gas versions of these. They're just a low RPM diesel. The manufacturer knows they're going to last a while, and so does the finance company. So they finance them a lot longer term than what you'd normally see. You get the same programs as their tractors. Right now, 0 for 60, 0.99 for 72, all the way up to 84. You'll get some really low rate financing. But there's also cash rebates, just like the tractors. They share the programs. So, well, let's see, pricing, the most important thing. What do these things go for? This is off the top of my head, but you're going to be, for a 4-seater, set up with the windshield and the roof, whatever wheel and tire combination you want, and there are in multiple. You've got Tomahawk tires. These are what they call the UTV or worksite tires. They're going to have a little bit more aggressive version than this, and then you've got the Tomahawk that's even really the most aggressive. That thing will dig. About $17,500, right? So 0%. 17.5 grand, everything's set up, delivered to you. And like I said, there's a pretty aggressive cash rebate off of that. And then the two-seater version of this, which I don't have, I've got multiple of up there, I don't have down here to see, but imagine the exact same thing with one less row. A little bit shorter, more maneuverable. That guy you can get for like 16 and a half, or maybe even a little bit less than that, closer to 16. So really, really good value for the money, especially right now in this insane market we're in. So I've got, I think I've got 2 of these 4-seaters left, and then I've got, this one's in green, I've also got an orange one. The only color that actually changes is what's there on the bed and then on the hood. So I've got a green one, I've got an orange one, and then I've got a bunch of 2-seater orange ones. So if you're interested, call me or come and see us. 859-356-9091. Thanks.